Many of us went to Marvin Caplan's men's apparel shop before Yontivs. A tape measure would dangle around his shoulders like a tullus, but it was his perceptive eyes which would immediately size us up, and it was his arguments that would challenge us.
When my oldest son, Aaron, was almost 3, we enrolled him in the Hamilton Hebrew Academy, and that's when we met Rabbi Eisenstein. And he was so proud of what the kids were learning and just took a lot of joy in what they were learning and how they were growing.
My father felt it was really important to give us a Jewish education. The double curriculum that we had at the academy was essential for all of us to grow into the men that we became.
It was really important in that home to nurture each child in the family, and each of the 4 boys is very different, and they all reflect different aspects of their father's aspirations and his own energies, intelligence, and creativity.
When my father first came to Hamilton, he was advised not to use his name because it was too Jewish in the name of his clothing store. And thankfully, and naturally, if you knew my father, he chose not to heed that advice.
Marvin Caplan was a person who was a proud Jew. He was here to fight for social justice. He was here to fight for what was right. But he wasn't ashamed for people to know that his belief system stems from a 3,300-year history.
One of the things that I have taken away from my dad is that it's important to share our Judaism with other people and not be insular about it.
The values of V'ahavta l'recha kamocha, of love your neighbor as yourself, were to him were like every day. It was, who can I take care of today?
One thing about Marvin that really stands out is that he was a doer. I think a lot of us can sit around and talk and say, wouldn't it be amazing if this happened or this, and either wish or complain about something. And Marvin said, guys, we can do it. Let's go.
A motto of his would be, how can I help? Even if you didn't ask for it. If you were just talking about something that you were working on, he would say, how can I help?
He did a lot of things that people didn't necessarily know. He didn't just do it for recognition. He took care of people in ways I didn't even know. People came to me afterwards.
Marvin was very involved in a literacy program in which he would volunteer regularly and work one-on-one with children who were struggling in reading.
It was this sense of having a perspective on that which seems small that made this man so great.
The kids were just glued to him. They just had to, he would tell them stories and they just couldn't get enough of it.
My daughter turned to me the other day and said, I really miss him, Mommy. And I said, I know, me too.
Just a very bombastic, interesting man that we're all going to miss very, very sincerely.
We really would all do well to learn from his example, to learn to love the tradition openly the way he did, and to learn to love Jews who were different from him. It's safe to say that Marvin Caplan left the world a better place for his having been here.